I'm going to rag on Doug Gottlieb, and I have to.
Right.
What's the name of the segment? Because Doug does it on his show. What does the Fox say? He listens to like what we might outtakes, and then he kind of takes us to task on his show, which is fine. I'm good. This is all game. We're on the air. And that has to do with James Franklin. What do you think? Like he's so bent out of shape that Penn State fired James Franklin.
It's a joke what's happening in college athletics. And it's like they're competitive. Like, oh, you think you can fire? You can get ahead of us? Arkansas fires a guy. And then Oklahoma State fires a guy. And then Penn State. Like, what are we doing? What's the point? It's almost like you have to be an a-hole. Like, we got to be an a-hole because we're losing. Instead of, and then they'll all put out some like post on social media like, thank you so much. Like what? What?
He had you in the playoff winning games last year. That's the thing.
They won two of them.
I know.
They won two of them. And honestly, honest to God, I'm with Dan. I swear to God, you can fire a coach. That's fine. What are we doing? Here's the hypocrisy to it. I never, ever, 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 ever. I don't want to hear Oklahoma State's different. I don't want to hear Penn State's different. Stop it. You're a bunch of freaking liars. Our place is different. We treat people with class, with dignity. It's about the student-athlete experience. Okay, so James Franklin recruited every one of those players. They're going to go through senior night, and he's not going to be there to shake their hand. They'll have some interim coach. Everybody's going to be fired, and it'll be three-quarters full. Why? What? And again, what was gained by firing a coach? Does he have any off-the-field issues? Has he committed any NCAA violations? No. His crime, the only punishable crime they will tell you in college sports is what? Losing. Everything else you can come back from. Okay, so Penn State, a program that was disgraced. Okay? Penn State, just so people are aware, okay? Penn State used to have a big sign in their athletic department, and it said, success with honor. Success with honor. And that was all brought down, okay, because of the scandal that led to the ouster of Joe Paterno and then Joe Paterno's death, right? And then Sandusky affair. So they start the rebuild with O'Brien. He leaves. James Franklin comes in, and he takes it from a used to be unbelievably program to one that was pretty good, and in this really challenging times, gets it to the first ever college football playoff. And they're picked top 10. They get the quarterback to come back. And so you fire a guy 6 games in the season. Where's the honor in it? Don't tell me, we are Penn State. We're so much better. No, you're not. You're just like the schools in the South that you act like you're morally superior to. You are. Okay? You're a football factory. And it also opens up the door to the real reason you didn't look at the Sandusky thing was because you're winning at the time. And the only thing that matters in State College is the only thing that matters in Stillwater, is the only thing that matters in Norman, is the only thing that matters in any schools, is winning and losing. Again, and it has no honor to it. I don't know James Franklin. He's not a friend of mine. He's not an enemy of mine. I know that you treated him like crap, and more importantly, you treat all those players like crap. And the only thing they did was lose 3 games. That's what they did wrong. Shame on them.
And Doug, I get it. Doug's a coach who hasn't won, so he's making it like he can say whatever.
Soften that landing.
He can make whatever.
Sometimes it's hard as a coach.
He can make whatever. I get it, but it sounds bad. It just sounds bad because he's like, well, where's the honor in that? And now, blah blah blah. Dude, and we say it on this show all the time. Sports has a short menu, wins and losses, and when you don't win enough, guess what? You get fired. So I get it. But Doug is trying to oh, my God, it's so James Franklin, look at what he's done. And is that honor or whatever? Dude, stop. Okay?
I listen.
I get it.
They might look
Doug,
at you.
you're a coach. I know you have a radio show, but you're a coach. And your team won 2 games last year. So he's trying to well, it's not always about winning. It's about no, Doug. I hate to break it to you. It's about winning. And when you win, you can do almost anything, and they will bring you back. They'll bend over backwards, Kelvin. And when you don't win, guess what? They go get somebody else.
You want to break down why he ain't here? So because I don't get I didn't hear Doug's full take on it. So let me.
No.
But you, from what you're paraphrasing, listen. There have been every year you and I, that's what we do, and anybody who watches sports long enough, there's going to be a scenario where there's a coach who's fired who was formerly coach of the year or candidate or this, that, and the other gets fired.
I want to bring this up when
ain't
it comes to us, okay? This is why I'm against your theory of being relevant.
Okay.
Because this is why he was allowed to stay in this job longer than he deserved. And I get the timing. You lose to UCLA, who hadn't led in any game this year. Okay? Forget about it. Yeah. They hadn't led in any game. And you follow that up with a loss to Northwestern? Are you kidding? Do you know the alumni, they probably froze their accounts, the money that they were sending to Penn State? Like, let's not be silly when you ask why. Why do you do this? Why are they because the money will stop. When they feel like they can't go to a game or bring their clients or whatever and it's not enjoyable, they will stop the money train. That's why these things happen when you ask, why would they eat $49 million? Because they're going to lose more than that on the back end, okay? Keeping James Franklin around. And I looked at it. He couldn't win it. He couldn't beat any good teams. Had a terrible record against top 10 teams, against Ohio State and Michigan. I think he was 4-17 or something.
No, that you go ahead.
Am I
got
wrong
the exact
or what?
numbers.
Okay, give me the numbers.
Because
They're awful.
This is why
they're awful, and this is why I'm against you on being relevant because you go, whoa, what are we going to do? There's nobody else out there, and at least we're in the mix, and they were in the college football playoff last year. But that's why when it came to the big games, he couldn't win them.
So my point has always been I have a shot at winning big games, right? You keep giving us a shot. You can't – this isn't a shot, Rob. A shot is – so there's 25 games to judge from. A shot is 12-13, 11-14. This ain't a shot. Dropping Franklin to 4-21 at Penn State against AP top 10 opponents. Not top 5, not top 3.
Top 10.
You're supposed to be in that caliber of top 10
Penn
teams.
Penn State is a storied franchise,
100%.
okay? Like, seriously.
So that's not my point is more of a, we got a chance to get to when we talk about like John Harbaugh, for example. My point is historically John Harbaugh has a chance to get to the AFC Championship, compete, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to get rid of a guy like that. This you are 4-21 versus how I can't justify when I got to go to these booster lunches
and ask for millions of
dollars. And they're like, hey, what's my son? He's a little nerd. He was doing some math. I present to you the notes my son sent me. 4-21 against AP top 10 teams. Listen to this, including a 1-18 against top 10 Big Ten teams. That's who you're supposed to be, right? Maybe you can't beat Alabama. Okay, maybe you can't beat Georgia.
You can't beat the Big Ten?
Big Ten is who you're supposed to be beating. And how much longer can I be the bridesmaid if I'm Penn State? Meaning, I got to sit there and watch Michigan get another national championship a couple seasons ago. I got to watch Ohio State get one last season, could potentially get one this year. I got to watch Indiana look really good this year.
Look at where they are. They just had their biggest win in their
100%.
franchise history in their school program.
And you know what? I've seen Wisconsin pull off some things here or there. And I'm like, wait, how Wisconsin do that? Point being, I don't want to keep watching this if I'm Penn State. And to be quite frankly, pun intended, 12 years is a long time.
Thank
in the
you.
2020s.
Thank
this
you.
ain't the 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even I'll give you early 2000s, where guys sit there and you just get to be a statue, retire, and you don't even know what you're doing out there. You're like, coach, here you go. Don't worry about Joe Paterno. We got you. This is what you're going to do. Hey, Bo Schembechler, don't worry about it. Whoever. This ain't that. This is 2020s information, social media pressure, boosters, NIL now. But 12 years is a good run.
And you're asking people for millions of dollars, okay? That's what you're asking these businessmen and boosters and alumni to come up with, seriously. And if you think they're going to pay money to see you lose to Northwestern and UCLA and think that that's okay when they flew out to L.A. for the game and all.
Just fired the coach,
right?
By the way. Like, the UCLA came in.
Right.
By the way, Deshaun Foster looks so bad right now.
Well,
because UCLA looks like a former – look at Rob, G. Your squad, I mean, you have to beat them now. They were laughable.
It's amazing where they are. They're world beaters now all of a sudden. But my point is you're right. This is not – Dude, he had 12 years. They didn't hire
3
him
years
last
and
year,
kick him
3
out.
years or whatever, and say, okay, that's not good enough. 12 years, and the numbers, and this is the point about being relevant. It could be like John Harbaugh won a Super Bowl. It's been years now.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, Mike McCarthy was in Green Bay. That was nice. You won. Okay, now 10 years have passed.
And that's a fair point.
And after a while, the Packers were relevant the whole time, but they kept losing in those moments. The Ravens keep losing in the big moments.
Tomlin.
Right?
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin.
yep.
Mike Tomlin. That's what we talk about all the time. Oh, why does he want a 41-year-old? He needs to win. He knows he needs to win. Mike Tomlin ain't fooling nobody. And he needs to win because the same thing will happen like James Franklin after a while. That can only buy you a certain amount of time. He won a Super Bowl and lost one. So Tomlin's been there. I get it. But that was years ago.
But by the way, they owe that man $49 million. Life will be good. He'll be fine, Doug. He'll be fine.
And he'll get
Go
another
smoke some
job.
cigars.
Somebody will hire him.
He'll get a job. He'll get his money. He'll be fine. But my gosh, when they wanted Jimbo Fisher out at Texas A&M,
What, they pay him $79 million?
$76 million to go home and have a seat is crazy.
Think about that. They were like, no.
$76 million. You know who else is now nowhere near the money, but I was looking it up. It's crazy. Completely, it's not college, but the Cleveland Browns are paying 5 quarterbacks right now. They got to relax too. Like
It's crazy.
because if you're going to go into the offseason, you know they're going to draft somebody. Cleveland Browns is playing way too many quarterbacks.
I just don't understand, seriously, and that's why I brought up Doug to start. I get it. He's a coach.
Dude.
And coaches, they feel bad when other coaches get fired and all that.
Dude, 1-18 against top 10
and I
Big
get
Ten,
it.
that's
But
great.
come on, Doug, you know sports, okay? And if you win 2 games again this year, whatever it was, dude, they're not going to renew your contract or give you a contract extension. I'm sorry, I don't care.
Rob G, here we go again.
What?
Now I got to be at the Super Bowl. I got to be ready.
That's exactly what I'm thinking right now.
Oh, wow. Speaking of Super Bowl,
I'm out
were
here
there-
like, Bijan Robinson.
we chopped it up with Bijan Robinson
Yeah.
at the Super Bowl. He just
Friend
scored
of the
like
show.
60-something yard run.
I'll throw hands if I have to
Listen
get
to
my
what I'm
point
saying
across.
is if and when we got to fight at the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I'm taking Iowa Sam because I feel like we're good friends. We could talk it out. But the you two got to scrap with whoever else is there.
All right,
Me and Sam will act like we're fighting, but we'll be off to the side just talking about where we're going to get drinks after.
well, let me
later.
ask you
But
this.
you and
Rob
Doug
G.
and then Dub
Who I
and
gotta
Jay
wait?
Stu.
Jay Stu. That's
Y'all-
my man, too. Be
well,
fun. Let's go like, man, hey, how the family doing?
All
Everybody
right,
good?
who are you fighting? Who
I
you
get Iowa
He
Sam.
gets Iowa Sam.
Oh, that's easy.
I got it.
we're
Jay Stu
friends,
been
so
in the
it's
gym,
okay.
too.
Jay Stu goes hiking every weekend.
Yeah, I got to
He's all in shape.
Like him, too, man. We had some good runs together, man. Now, how you doing? Everybody good? Yeah, man, this ain't nothing personal. I just, Rob.
Now we gotta rope in Monty to fight Dan Byer, and they do a show together.
That's
This
right.
is not good. This is all bad. All because Rob couldn't keep his mouth shut.
I'm sorry. I heard it. It just was like it got me fired up. But that's part of
Yeah, look,
you wanted the show. But I'm sorry. You cannot.
You're gonna end up a topic on the Doug Gottlieb show
He's gonna
tomorrow
run it
morning.
back.
I already know. Right.
I'm with. Listen, I am with you. You've sat up here and heard me many times. Oh man, you can't fire him for this, or come on, they give him one more season. This to me, you can't listen. You can't be the first coach to lose 2 games in a row to non-ranked teams that you were favored by more than 20 points.
Like you
That
can't.
that just
It
can't
just
happen.
can't happen.
And last point, real quick for me, I told Rob G this. This ain't your mama's and your daddy's Big Ten. We got USC in there now, right? You got UCLA now, who obviously looks like they've turned the corner all of a sudden. Who knew that? But you got Oregon, meaning this ain't the 10, 11 teams you used to have to contend with. Now you got some other big dogs coming in, and we can't just be falling down if Penn State, that's how you feel. We can't be getting – we already got to deal with Michigan and Ohio State historically. Now we're getting further and further down the pecking order. And lastly, they're building a brand-new facility that's going to cost, if I have the number right, $700 million renovation.
And people going to stop making donations. This is what I'm telling you. Like you're looking at the $49 million, that's the number to look at.
700. We got a lot going on. We need to start winning and start justifying why we're doing all this
And
thing.
why people should have to put
contending, and we're going to get an extra few games, and we're going to be in the college football playoffs and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's why. I mean, listen, it sucks anytime somebody for them, personally, but this is one hard to defend. When I'm giving you 12 years, and the guys around you have 2 of them back-to-back won championships.
And last thing, Doug, this is not okay.
Hold on, let me do some push-ups. Go ahead.
No, this is this is
it.
it.
Jay Stubin in the gym.
No,
Go ahead.
this is the last thing. It's not like you're a Supreme Court justice or the Pope. Those are the only people get to keep their jobs forever, right? Regardless. Sorry, Doug, coaches get fired when they don't win. Sports has a short menu. Wins and losses. All right, 877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you.
James Franklin, you and I, one of the times we agree, it was just time for him to go.
I'd rather have Ben Franklin as a coach right now. I'm just saying.
I mean, at least he can bring some electricity to the team.
Andre in Massachusetts, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for taking the call. It's a sad turn of events for Penn State, given how they started the season, top 5 with national championship aspirations. But college football right now, particularly in the age of NIL, it's win or go home. And these were 2 unacceptable losses back to back. And the fact of the matter is, you mentioned it in terms of Texas. Some of these boosters, based on things that's going on in the economy, specific to Texas, the oil money that they have, they're able to make that buyout and get the heck rid of you. So just because these coaches sign these ironclad deals and they feel that they have this protection, yes, you're going to get all your money, but you're not going to necessarily have that privileged seat. Because with the NIL and the mega boosters that we're seeing, that people are taking interest in these sports and they just have deep pockets, if it gets to the point where it gets to that frenzy point, like it is with Penn State losing on the homecoming game, that was just unacceptable, then you're gone. Period. End of story.
And you know this, the boosters will cut your money off if it's embarrassing and they can't go to a game or take their friends and clients. You know what I mean?
These were bad. Listen, these were inexcusable losses. To Dre's point, Dre, thank you for the call. Like this again, you didn't lose to Michigan by a field goal at the end or a touchdown, or USC. The offense is going great. You can't lose this bad to these teams. UCLA, who doesn't have it, they look awful out there, and you lose to them. And again, 1-18 versus top 10 Big Ten teams. 1-18, Rob?
Crazy. All right, we're going to take more of your calls, 877-99 on Fox. But first, Rob G has some of the YouTube people. The
Odd Mob.
The Odd Mob is weighing in. And by the way, just to pull the curtain back, screw Elijah for creating the YouTube page and made it so that right after that rant was the Doug Gottlieb rant that came next in the queue.
Let me see.
Was it really?
Like he did it on purpose, like he's trying to instigate, like he wants to see the fight.
So who Elijah throwing hands with? Would it be Sager?
Yes, Elijah and Saga would have to throw hands at the Super Bowl.
Hey, man, I know I'll see you for dinner tonight, but
right, and then we'll all go out to dinner.
It's just messed up, man. Yes. But here's some of the comments that came in. Ren K says Doug is mad corny. I don't know what that means.
What do you mean you don't know that?
I mean,
it's pretty straightforward.
Unrelated to what we're talking about.
Right.
Warren Rambo Terry says Gottlieb went on a tangent. Franklin has got to go.
Yes.
And then Scott Lewis, who apparently was still watching the promo in the middle, says, this is the maddest I've seen Doug get in a while. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, like Doug is in this position, you know what I mean? And you got to justify your being.
Listen, they stand up for each other, what you're saying?
Yeah. The coaching fraternity is big time. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Don in the UP of Michigan. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Hey.
What's up, Don?
Hey, what's up, my guys? How you doing tonight?
Doing
good,
great.
brother.
How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for taking the
I was
call.
almost up there. I was in Traverse City for a year in college. I was almost up there.
Hey, bro, you got to go 5 hours north still to.
No, I'm just Mackinac Island as far as I go.
Oh, I got you. So listen, everybody knows what Doug's doing here, man. He's trying to save himself. He's trying to make James Franklin's situation not look so bad. Meanwhile, Doug goes and loses to Michigan Tech last year, a freaking Division II school. And Bob Morris, he got smoked by them twice. They're bad, and Doug ain't good on his show even. That dude be yawning all day. On his show, I can't even listen.
Oh, it's settled. We're scrapping.
Wait a minute, Don.
Hopefully
I got 3 months to get in shape.
He's unemployed by everybody.
It's settled, Robbie. It's settled, Robbie.
Don, let me ask you this, sir.
Yes, sir.
How many games did they win last year? Do you remember?
Stop
it.
You know what?
Four
You know
games.
how many?
No, I said 2, so I feel I want to get it right.
No,
I
they won
short
2 games, and then they were 2-11, and they lost to Michigan Tech. And I remember it specifically because he was talking mad trash. Oh, we got to play this Division II school, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be cold. December 18th. And then they go and freaking lose to him. It's like, Doug, what you doing, bro? You lost to a bunch of white boys in the UP. What is going on?
All right,
It's settled. Jay Stu, I apologize for putting you in this full Nelson that I have to put you in.
Now this is taking on a whole line of its own here.
Yeah.
On
You
the
brought
Odd
the
Mob.
UP in it? point? Yeah,
Not
it's
a
done.
UP. Not a white guys in UP gonna be mad.
The Upers.
All they're gonna hear that and look at the show is gonna see two brothers and see what I mean.
Yeah.
We didn't say it.
The YouTubians kind of really want to see this happen because now we got, I don't know if it's 2-2 or ill, whatever it is.
Okay.
Calvin can't fight anyways. So now look what you guys did.
Look at that.
And now look.
I am a domesticated,
Now they
washed-up
want to
dad.
see it fight. Now I didn't want to fight before. Now we have to defend Kelvin's honor because
To
now
this
that they
day,
But also
I
that's
fought
what you
my
want them to think,
freshman year.
Bob G.
I fought my freshman year in college with my roommate.
For what? Over what?
Fight. Over
He
cleaning.
said the odd couple show sucks. You were like, put them up.
Over cleaning up, like we were doing, like it was dumb playing like a game, and the broom whisk were in the floor. But I had some studying to do, and I said I'll pick it up. But he wanted me to pick it up like right then. And I'm like, no. As long as I clean it up, I don't have to do it like right now. Let me get my studying in, and then I'll clean up the stuff and whatever.
And y'all got to rumbling.
And we got to rumbling.
You know, if you and Doug fight, it's literally going to be like a Fox Sports version of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, right?
Doug has no shot.
You always say you're going to show your
Like,
teeth.
it's literally going to be that.
I'm from Jamaica, Queens.
The worst part about it is Rob G is I'm gonna have to be me and Doug because he's gonna, you're gonna somehow get out of it.
And then
You
you'll
that
fight
friend that
him?
hold me back, hold me. Next thing I know, I got to be in the middle of it,
All right.
having flashbacks of running around back in the day. All right, so now that we've settled that,
now that we
got to find the undercard.
Well, we gave Doug his show for tomorrow, so tomorrow he can do this instead of yawning on the air. So
Joined now by our guy. Hey,
finally, some music for TJ. What we got?
this been
First off, we've always had music.
He's been Jeezying all season.
You need to clean that earwax.
TJ Smizada, a.k.a. we need a Q-tip in the studio.
What are you talking about? I got earwax.
Double receiver, co-host of
I
Up
think
on
my
Game.
battery in my hearing aid went
Is
out.
that what it is?
What up, TJ?
You didn't even hear me. Look, you got worried for a minute.
What? Hey, what's going on, fellas? I'm just y'all eating ribs up in the studio.
I know it
today?
sounds like
that was
it.
last week.
I
That was
know.
last week,
It
TJ.
sound
You
like
missed it.
That's right.
Okay.
Hey,
all
TJ,
right.
before we get to the NFL, obviously there's stuff to talk about. James Franklin in Penn State. He couldn't beat any of the good big teams, the good schools. I mean, he was coach for 12 years. Is this like breaking news to you that they lose to two? Right? I mean, at some point you got to win, don't you?
Rob, I said to LeVar Arrington on our show on Saturday, I said there's no way Penn State is losing to Northwestern. And if they do, they better fire James Franklin immediately. I said that to him on Saturday.
Wow.
And so you don't want to see anybody get fired today. He getting fired with $50 million, so he good.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But you have all that talent. You have a quarterback that's a potential first-rounder, and you treating him like he's a walk-on. Like, I just never understood the style of play that they played on offense. It was almost as if they were playing not to lose, and you try to keep games close and put all the pressure on your defense, and hopefully you can run the ball, and it came back to bite them. Again, he may be a great coach. I just didn't like Penn State style of offense. It was boring to watch. It wasn't conducive, at least for me. If you're an offensive lineman or a running back, yeah, you can get to the league for Penn State, but you're playing offense and you're a quarterback and you're a receiver, you can't go to Penn State with that offense.
Oh, and my point was too, as Rob mentioned, you can't go 1-10 and 18 against top 10 Big Ten teams. 4-21 against top 10 teams. That's a recipe for disaster.
All right, let's get to the NFL.
To the NFL, I told Rob earlier, TJ, I put the Ravens. Maybe you picked the Ravens. Rob picked the Ravens. People picked this team. The Broncos got a lot of love, so on and so forth. Bills. It's about to be the Chiefs representing the
I'm
AFC
not buying it.
in the Super Bowl again.
Oh, my God, Kelvin. Come on, bro.
Did
you watch the game last night?
I
Tell
did.
him.
The
Go ahead
Lions
and
were
tell
playing.
him. Tell him, please.
Now, wait. Before you tell me about the Chiefs, which you're about to break it down,
Break it
I
down
want you to
for him,
then
TJ.
tell me
No.
who out the AFC then.
No, let him break down the
Break
Chiefs.
it down.
I told you who my pick. is out the AFC.
Chargers.
You said the Chargers, right?
The Chargers.
Oh, yeah. I'll
and
take
I
that
can't
any
go
day.
back against that.
I'll
the
take
Chiefs
it.
are playing better football. I'm gonna give them that. You give Mahomes the deep threat, and it's shown. Since it was a awakening in the Super Bowl with Worthy, now they're starting to utilize them. But let's be honest, bro. They went the whole game without a penalty called.
Thank you.
It's virtually impossible to play a game. I probably saw 2 or 3 holding calls by the O-line that weren't called. Brian Branch was dead wrong, but he did get hit in the back.
He did.
right in front of
But
the
you got to do that in the game, though, TJ, not afterwards,
No,
right?
sir, you can't do it. You can't.
No. Brian Branch was dead wrong.
Okay.
But I'm going to get you back in the game, and then I'm going to just go to your locker. I'm going to your locker room after the game. That's what I'm doing.
No,
And so the Chiefs are a good football team, but for them not to have one penalty call.
But that's what we say.
Cool.
That means that's in
not
favor
cool.
of them, TJ, because we say this every year. They get all the calls or they
Not
get calls
like that.
picked up. We say this every year. So doesn't that favor them? That they always get these or don't get they always benefit from the refs.
Hey,
It's just disheartening when you're an opposing team playing the Chiefs and you know going into the game like Mahomes is going to get every roughing the passer call, but you hit my quarterback in his helmet, it ain't a roughing the passer call, but you touch Mahomes, it's a roughing the passer call. Like it just at some point, just make it fair.
okay,
They have good enough players. They don't need any help. They good up as it is.
we got to go here with the Jets 0-6, just an awful performance. Negative 10 yards on offense, 45 yards by Justin Fields. I mean, TJ, I don't know where you stand with Justin Fields. I've been trying to figure it out. I know a lot of people like him and whatnot. I think you do too. But my goodness gracious, what is going on with the Jets, and do they have to make a change? I mean, to save the locker room, 0-6, to make the other players feel like something's happening here. What do you do?
With Aaron Glenn being a first-year head coach, you're really going to have to find the vibe of that locker room because if the best players on that team want to see Tyrod Taylor play and you don't play him, you risk losing the locker room. And I don't think enough is talked about. The locker room really runs the team. It's a temperature of the team. And so if they feel like Justin Fields is the reason they're losing,
Right.
then it's very rare that it's just one guy. But if they really feel that way, you got to give Tyrod Taylor an opportunity. But for Aaron Glenn, he has to figure out what's going to work because they're not going to go 0-17, but to be the only winless team in the league when you like just before halftime, if you just push it just a little bit, maybe that field goal wins the game.
That would have
Right.
won the
Yeah, we
TJ
talked about that.
100%. What are you doing? You gotta push it there. What are you afraid of? You're winless. Really?
It's just questionable things, and so he's gonna have to figure that out because the Jets have good players. You got Garrett Wilson, really good receiver. You got Breece Hall, really good running back. You got a really good offensive line. We know what the defense was last year with Salah. So it's not like you go to the Jets and you don't have good players. There's good players on that team. They got to figure it out.
Hey, TJ, who's
I thought it was all Aaron Rodgers' fault, but that's another thing we'll get to.
Aaron Rodgers ain't like that either.
Okay.
Former Pro Bowl receiver, co-host of Up on Game on Fox Sports Radio. I want to go to a team and a guy who, listen, they're now 4-2. The Seattle Seahawks. They beat a good Jags team. Sam Darnold, almost 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, is looking good. What do you make of them? Are they real contenders? You got, they got a defense as well. They look good. How real are they to you?
Man, the Seahawks are good, man. Mike McDonald, he the real deal as a head coach. He the real deal. And not many people bring his name up. You look at the Ravens defense now that he isn't there. He is the real deal as a coach. Sam Darnold is playing out of his mind. They ship DK off, and it's like, what are they doing? Jackson Smith and Jigba is the reason they shipped DK off because they knew what he could do. And so they look really good. They are the real deal. They are not frauds. And for me, I just look at Sam Darnold because we were just talking about the Jets. They were calling him a bust in New York, and he goes to San Francisco, to Minnesota, now Seattle, and he is a bona fide franchise quarterback. Maybe these quarterbacks need time, or do they just need to be in the right situation that's conducive to them to have success?
Yeah, and Rob and I talk about that. Sometimes, man, that's the hard part coming out of college. You don't know where you're going to land, what terrible situation. You could be the 45th quarterback for the Browns trying to figure this thing out. You got one more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just the Sam Darnold last year, TJ, fair and unfair, those two games at the end of the year, for the division and the playoff game, it turned people off to him. And when the big game counted, you know what I mean, he wasn't there. And I don't know if that's fair or not or whatever. Even with Seattle, they didn't give him some great contract, only like really 1 year's guaranteed. What does he have to do to change people? Because we've seen this last year, right? With Minnesota, it's whether or not he can win a big playoff game.
That was his first opportunity on that stage. That was his first opportunity, basically, for all the marbles. And he came up short. He didn't play the way he had played during the regular season throughout. And so for him, it's very simple. I got to get to the playoffs.
Yep.
And I can't be the reason we lose. I cannot be the reason. And if he plays well, then there's no more question marks with Sam.
I agree. I agree if he plays well. Yep. If he plays well.
He's going to have to play well. You can't just lead him to the playoffs and then you play like trash when you get there. He's going to have to play well. And I believe he will. I believe he will play well because that loss is really not a loss. It was a lesson learned.
Yeah, well, me and Rob talked about that. I thought Vikings should have stuck with him, but they were big on J.J. McCarthy. We'll have to wait and see. That's their guy.
I called him Sam McDonald after that playoff
But I told you he was solid. He was good.
TJ, that's all. All right.
TJ, appreciate you, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Man, y'all take care. Hey. Rob is the king of nicknames. I love it.
Hey. All right, TJ. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.